Thank you, Olajumoke. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. So, in a country as vast and diverse as Nigeria, infrastructure remains a key pillar for national development and unity. And that's why I'm personally impressed that you did this. So what was the primary objective behind this recent inspection across Nigeria? Were these tours part of a personal initiative or party-driven assessment, being a member of the opposition party?
Okay, well, thank you very much. Let me put some context to it. I was in a salon somewhere around Asokoro, and as they barbed my hair, I had a lot of young people, quite a lot of energy, and they kept saying, oh, the Calabar Road, and they had so much to say about the Calabar Road. And then as I listened in, I first of all tried to figure out, is that Abuja Road, or is it Federal Road, or is it Nasarawa Road? From their vibes, I realized that it's a federal road. So I then said, okay, maybe what I should do is I just ask the minister, if young people want this road so badly, it impacts their life so much, they complain about how long it takes them to get to their hustle. I then sent a message, Honorable Minister, sir, can I give you a feedback and have a conversation with you about a road? In this country where the ministers, especially of this administration, are so conceited, arrogant, speaks down at people, rude, excessively combative. He phoned me back and said, I'm on my way out of Abuja. Do you mind coming? Let's have this conversation on Tuesday. So I said, oh, that's incredible. You mean people pick phones in Bola Tinubu's government and act so fast? Anyway, I dropped it off, and then he then sent a text and said, can we do something even better? I tried to listen, and he said, why don't you've been talking to me, you've been screaming about Sokoto Badagry. You know that Sokoto Badagry has been on the banner for 46 years, and it cuts through a lot of our own state, my state Ogun, especially the Yewa-Awori corridor all the way to Badagry. And I know the implication of that for Agri, and also through quite a lot of states. So he said, we'll go to Sokoto Badagry sometime, but why don't you come and look at the coastal road in Lagos? I said, well, we can do that. And then he said, why don't you come with three people that you know that they love Nigeria, but they're not pushovers, they're experienced people. And let them come and take a look at it. Let's even have that dialogue. So I said, okay, this is not a bad idea. And then that's it. I called 3 top-level professionals. I called Yemi Kolakpo of The Point, former business editor of The Punch newspaper. So you have an idea of what kind of capacity we're talking about in that regard. I called Femi Awoyemi of ProShare. Femi Awoyemi is one of those people who does a lot of conversation, communication, especially as it concerns the economy, the money, the banks, bonds, and stuff like that. And then I called Sheye Kehinde Egbo because I felt, okay, well, if we've seen everything, it's okay for us to be theoretical and verbose about it. What about we get someone that can be a bit stylized and break it down to normal people who could do, and then that's it. We got to Lagos. First impression was that minister, Dave, I don't know how you do it, but he's so relatable and he has a lot of people skills. Cut out the chase, we flew into the location. You know, you have to be proud that at last people with the eyes of vision can see, can build, can plan, can execute are building that road. We started from the Lagos end. The scale of it, the breadth, it was just awesome. Then I started asking the kind of opposition question. Question number 1, why are you doing it with concrete and not asphalt? Answer, because we have been building with asphalt and we came to always go back after 10 or 15 years, if it lasts that long. With concrete, it's going to stay for 100 years. So once we build it, it's built. Tick. I moved forward a little bit, then I said, okay, are you sure it's going to stay? Because look at the ocean and the raging. We got to a point, we climbed up so high to see the depth of the piling that was done and the kind of stabilization of the retainer wall. And then I looked to the contractors, that's High Tech, and their manager was there, the MD. I said, would it last? Would this last? You know the way Lagos can be hit by water of the ocean all the time. He answered, said, well, we did the Eco-Atlantic, and the United States of America is building the most expensive, biggest outside America embassy there. If it doesn't have the right environmental impact assessment, they wouldn't take that kind of investment risk. It's very stable. What we're doing here will be very stable. Then I looked again after some time. I said, why are you using this kind of big rods? Because the metal work that was in it was much. I said, well, we're calling it a road, but it's actually like we're laying a layer of bridge all over the place. Then we went further. I said, why does the road split at some point in time? Because, you know, it's going like 6 lanes, and then at a point you see 2, 3 here, and there's a big... I said, well, we have to redesign to save as many of the built-up areas and people's houses, but it cost at great cost. I said, like, what extra cost? Is it not the same road? He said, oh, there was a point there where we had to dig more than 10 meters of refuse because they had been used as a dump to take it all out, to recompact, to fill it up. I knew that these were not jokers. Then we got to a point, I said, there's this woman that is yapping about that you people have destroyed $250 million, and there's this other resort that is screaming a lot that you destroyed their resort. I said, well, for that other one, I can't remember their names now, the resort guy, that we actually realigned it to avoid his place. And then he said, for the other one, when we get there, you see, when we got to the place, we all came down. I went there, we took the media, we took everybody, said, okay, let's try and look. You know, we are in a serious situation and a serious dilemma in this country, and we all have to maybe like sleep and reflect on it. Are we going to create a scenario in Nigeria now that people will sit on social media and bully government from being able to work, or just build all sorts of annoying conversation, run riot with it all over the world without even a care for the reputation and the integrity of the country? There was nothing there. There was absolutely nothing there. There was nothing that can make you say, wow, this is what they're doing here. And I said, how much did they say? $250 million. And I flipped. I said, well, what's the median between the road and that place? They were in breach. 2, do they not know the Land Use Act and what it says? Okay, who even sold this land to them? The quantum of land they claimed they bought for $50 million was just beyond disgraceful. So I said to myself, no, we can't continue like this. The best thing we should do is take her to court. Probably she's scam people abroad so they can say that the Nigerian government is not part of that. And if she's trying to be funny, she can come and justify and give evidence of where she put $250 million, which account it came through, what did she buy with it, and what did she do? She had a bit of pile. That was just a mess. Leave that. Then we ran further. I then started asking, okay, guys, where are you guys are doing this Lagos end? What about the others? They had commenced the Ondo end. They had commenced the Calabar end. They had commenced the Edo end. So I then asked another question. You are talking about the coast. I see this coast. What about the Southeast? What about the Igbos? Are we going to be running this country in an idea that we're excluding them? Would they get linked in? What are we giving them? The minister said, okay, we're doing a lot of things there. We're going to link it that they can come, that will do a linkage that brings them onto that big road. But over and above my asking to go and see Lagos Road, I'm going to plead with you to come with me to Edo, come with me to Enugu, and come with me to Abia. Hey!
All right.
If any Nigerian does not understand...
Mr. Sowunmi, thank you for that.
Can I land my thoughts?
All right, please go ahead.
If any Nigerian does not understand that angels don't build roads, citizens and leaders build, and that every generation builds and passes it on to the next. If Babafemi Awolowo and Co did not build the roads that they built and the things they built, if Okpara did not build what he built, if Tafawa Balewa did not build what he built, I'm not even sure we'll have a country called our own. So these people are building. All of the issues about anger, irritation, unnecessary innuendos, you've not even gone there to look at it. But I can tell you for free, I can't wait for that project to come on stream. It also has trains on it. In the middle of that road, they've also accommodated the possibility to move people almost by rapid transfer, you know. So it's like a multimodal transportation initiative.
All right.
And we'll likely have all of the shoulders as our own Dubai for our waterfront. I am extremely excited. I'm happy.